April the 11th. I welcome you. Today we're talking about Amazon. And what's interesting, it's actually sad that 250,000 US businesses have already, closed shop. And Amazon just sweeps in and fills that gap, right? And the headline here is Amazon was already powerful, but through the coronavirus pandemic, it cleared its way to dominance, right? So I welcome you all. Anybody that is in the house right now, live stream, has anybody ever ordered anything on Amazon? And what do you think of the company? David Garcia is in the house. Good afternoon, sir. I hope you fully recovered from that accident, my friend. I hope the insurance paid out. And I hope you are well on your way to set up your next business. Abstract Impressions, Karen, hi, how are you? I did hear about your the small amount that you got from Amazon. I believe you said it was like something like from Uber, about $340 sick leave, right? I do believe I read something that you worked for 8 months with them, and they gave you a $340 sick leave settlement after deactivating you. So I hope you are being very vocal about that. I hope you're turning to Twitter about that. The Muay Thai ref says, I'm worried that the gap between corporate and small businesses will widen further after this pandemic. You can be absolutely sure about that, right? That's one thing the big boys do. They take advantage of this situation because they have the money. They buy, whether it's real estate, whether it's commercial real estate, whether it's a business that's gone out of business, they sweep in and buy up. And Amazon is doing a lot of it. Corporates are getting preference in the PPP loans too. Well, the rich take care of the rich. It's just it's a formula, and very well practiced in this administration. I know I shouldn't be bringing politics into it, but I can tell you the big boys are taken care of. The big airline chiefs, whether you're United, American Airlines, JetBlue, whichever airlines is hurting right now, they will be receiving a lot of money. The big question is whether the whole sector of independent contractors, gig workers, will actually get that $600 per week. That remains to be seen. David says still a little bit pain. Abstract Impressions, Karen says, yep, that's right. So I appreciate you guys helping me rack up some hours here on the new channel. I have a goal, and that is to get to 4,000 hours. And after 4,000 hours, the channel is monetized and we open it up. So the global health crisis has forced 250,000 US stores closed, clearing the way to Amazon's dominance. They are picking up all that business. Can you imagine the volume of business Amazon picks up because 250, 250,000 stores close? Can you imagine what that does to their volume of trades, of their volume of orders? Just evenly all the other people that never ever had an Amazon account before. Can you imagine how many people have actually created an Amazon account during this pandemic, right? They used to go shopping at that one shop down the road or a mile away, and they're like, wow, now they can't go, or it's safer not to go. And what is the safest option? Well, deliver this parcel right to my doorstep. I can tell you something. I have placed a lot of orders through Amazon during this pandemic. I know my fiance Laura has had a lot of stuff arrived here. I always think it's for me, and then I see her name on the box and I get a little bit upset. But boy, these boxes are coming in, one after the other. So those Amazon drivers, no wonder the company went out and hired 100,000 more drivers just to pick up that volume, right? That excess in parcels, all those additional parcels that now have to be delivered, right? Who's picking up that work? You know, people that are maybe stopping with Uber or Lyft, starting to drive with Amazon. Hey, maybe you're seeing an increase in your pay. Maybe you're seeing better conditions with Amazon. You might never go back to Uber and Lyft. You never know. But there certainly is a large flow of new drivers that are signing up with Amazon. So they say that COVID-19 has transformed the world, no kidding, killing nearly 100,000 people across the globe, way higher than that already. Those numbers were April the 10th, yesterday, and sending the US pretty hard. While grocery stores and online retailers have been deemed essential and continue to operate, department store chains and other non-essential retailers, big and small, have been forced to close up shop, right? So obviously brick and mortar companies, big stores have to shut down. They don't want all those shoppers in there infecting each other. So they shut the doors. People got to go in. They got to buy something. They can't get it. Where do they go? Amazon. I mean, really, what other choice do they have? Right? Okay, groceries, I understand. Restaurants, I understand. You could order from a few companies. But like, for example, I wanted to get myself a hair grooming kit the other day on Amazon because I'm not going to go down to the hairdresser, right? I thought I'm going to give myself a nice army cut, with one of those shavers. Where did I go? I went to Amazon, right? And how do I shop on Amazon? Just to give you an idea, just like you do, look at the reviews, look at the stars, look at the price, look at the quality, and you get a lot of good information. So they make it really, really, really easy on you, easy for you. The other thing is where they make it extremely easy is if something doesn't suit you, okay, easy. You just drop it off at a FedEx store, they scan it, off it goes. A few days later, you have your credit. No questions asked, right? Just we'll pay for shipping it back. So we have 9 people in the house, exactly this many. I have 9 people in the house. I have 2 likes. I'm sort of missing 7 likes. Por favor. Please, if you don't mind smashing that like button, I would appreciate it, right? So those closures are dealing potentially catastrophic blows to cash reserves and accelerating trends in consumer behavior that could spell doom for large swaths of brick and mortar retail and the 16 million people in the industry and 16 people that the industry employs. I didn't even think of that, as I mentioned all of these stores, all of the people that go to these stores. Ken Huyn is in the house. I hope I pronounced that correctly. How are you, my friend? How are you, Ken? How's everyone's family? Are you guys all indoors? Are you staying safe? Are you staying at home? Are you doing, the essentials? In California, you cannot leave the house without your mask on. I put my mask and my bandana on. I got my gloves. I got all the goodies, right, when I go out. I hope you're staying safe. Ken says his family is staying safe. I'm happy to hear that. So as long as you got everything under control there and you're taking care of your family, that's awesome, Ken. If you guys manage to get your hand on any really good disinfectant, I use this a lot. So nearly 1 million retail workers were furloughed in a single week recently, according to the Washington Post, and more than 250,000 stores have been shuttered, according to Global Data Retail. Some analysts predict 15,000 retail stores will close permanently this year, which would mark a 60% increase from last year's record closures. Can you imagine how many businesses, how many commercial buildings will be available? Please do this, my friends, here. Check this out. Do this multiple times a day, right? Wash your hands, please, for everybody's sake, for your sake, for your family's sake, and for everyone around you. If you go shopping, if you fill up the gas, just make sure you are in a germ-free, virus-free environment. Look, 15,000 stores, and that's conservative numbers, right? Completely shutting down this year, 15,000 stores. How many buildings will be out there for rent again? When will the commercial industry rebound? Guess who swoops in? Amazon, right? All of those stores that are not selling products, Amazon picks up, I'll carefully say, 60, 70% of that volume. But not every retailer is suffering. For Walmart and Amazon, which already dominated a significant percentage of brick and mortar retail and online commerce in the United States, respectively, the pandemic has provided an exponential boost to their already substantial businesses and power. Google searches for Amazon are at near holiday season levels, in store sales at Walmart skyrocket in March, and together both companies are hiring, listen to this, together they are hiring 250,000 new workers. So on the one hand, 16 million people are laid off in that industry in 250,000 stores. Amazon automatically picks up a quarter, Amazon and Walmart automatically pick up a quarter of a million of those people that are laid off, that are unemployed, got jobs immediately with Amazon and Walmart because of the pandemic. Meanwhile, more and more people are switching to online shopping and grocery delivery and pickup, and they may not revert to their old habits when the pandemic ends. Okay, so very true. I mean, you were always a person that would jump in the car, drive down the road, buy these products from your local stores. You now hit with a pandemic, you're forced online. You've maybe never shopped online. You create your first account with Amazon. You create your first online account with Walmart. You're shopping, you check out, $67, boom, comes there the next day. And you think, wow, this was so easy, right? As they say, a lot of those people may never go back to their old habits. They might be converted online shoppers now. So Amazon, even if this pandemic is over, Amazon and Walmart literally pick up millions of new online shoppers. Abstract Impression says, me and the dog are hunkered down and doing fine. You give your dog a big hug from me. I love dogs. I had 7 dogs in South Africa. Let me go through them. I had 2 little dachshunds, 1 spaniel, right? 2 Doberman and 2 Rottweilers, 7 of them, right? And the little ones, especially the dachshunds, would always torment the big ones. And we had a big yard, people running around, front of the house, back of the house, around the pool. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I remember my house in South Africa, the back, there's a big swimming pool in the back, and there was a huge fence so that the kids couldn't go through and fall into the pool. And the little dachshunds would just fly straight through those fence, those small little gaps, and then the Dobermans and the Rottweilers chasing them had to come to a screeching halt because those guys got through. So I love dogs. I love watching dogs. I think they are so funny. Cats seem to be a little bit like offish, distant. Dogs are freaking loyal, loving animals. Amazing. Abstract says, my Sully is a purebred, red-nosed pit bull. Awesome. Give him a big, big hug. Sully, very cool name. So now, like I said, not every retailer is suffering. Walmart and Amazon, which already dominate a significant percentage of brick and mortar retail and online commerce in the United States, respectively, the pandemic has provided an exponential boost to their already substantial business and power. And as we mentioned, Google and Amazon searches have going through the roof. My first thought is the number of people who work in retail and have had careers in retail that may not have the same job or even companies to go back to, right? You have people that have been loyal retail employees in these stores, whether it's gosh, I can't even, J.C. Penney or Nordstrom's or all of these big department stores, that they've been there for years out of the job. They're longing to go back. They don't even know whether that job will be available to them one day. So, I mean, this pandemic is so going to change the business, so going to change the way we shop, right? It's going to really change the infrastructure. And Amazon just swoops in, recruits, educates, and tells the people, hey, we're going to make shopping very, very easy for you. In fact, like I said, many of these people will never, ever go back to retail stores. They will do everything online now, right? People that have noticed how simple this is. So for Jeff Bezos and his team, it's just insane. Their stocks, whoop, all the way up, right? Airline stocks all the way down, Uber stocks down. But who's taking off here? Amazon, through the roof. A former Walmart and Urban Outfitters executive who's now interim CEO of Lucky Brand, the denim retailer, right? They didn't even know if those jobs are going to be there. As foot traffic to non-grocery retail stores declined more than 97% during the last 2 weeks in March, Walmart store sales rose 20% for much of March over the same period last year, according to the Wall Street Journal. The company has said it is looking to hire 150,000 new workers by the end of May. Amazon is looking to hire 100,000 new workers, collectively 250,000 new workers. Insane. Numbers that are unheard of. And then there's Amazon, which already accounted for nearly 40% of all US online retail sales. That's around 8 times more than its next competitor, Walmart, before the pandemic. The US e-commerce industry only represented between 10% and 15% of overall retail. Now that percentage seems likely to grow, setting up Amazon to have bigger advantage over most other retailers, including Walmart. With millions of Americans ordered to remain home, Amazon is now more than ever a lifeline for essentials for millions of people, rather than just a convenient option for online shopping. Consumer spending on Amazon is up 35%, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to this again. Consumer spending on Amazon is up 35% from the same period last year. Can you imagine? I mean, have you ever been in a business where from within 365 days, you are doing 35% more business? That's just unheard of. According to estimates from Factious, a firm that analyzes more than 30 million daily payment card transactions to offer consumer spending insights to retailers and financial institutions. The labor numbers also reflect the company's growth. Amazon has hired 80,000 new workers in the past 6 weeks alone. I read that they want to hire a total of 100,000. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, by the way, the guy rolls into Los Angeles, my turf, buys a house for $165 million, which is not very far. It's only about 4 or 5 miles away from my house that I had in 2006 and 2007. I had a house up in Bel Air, off Beverly Glen. He's on the other side there on Benedict Canyon. I was in Beverly Glen Canyon. So I know where this house is. I mean, he paid $165 million for this house. And he can buy many, many more pieces of real estate as he benefits from the pandemic. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos' company already faced intense scrutiny from lawmakers, regulators, and worker rights groups before the pandemic because of business practices some deem anti-competitive, and what some workers say is a punishing pace of work at its warehouses. Still, it would have been hard to imagine that Amazon would expand its power exponentially over just 2 months, in 60 days, right? but the exponential spread of this pandemic has done it. The question is, at what cost? Now, I'm going to keep on pointing to the shirt many, many times, right? All those new people that have marched into the live stream, again, 10, 20 times a day. Just wash your hands, take care of your safety, make sure you spray. When this is over, I think this could be the biggest boon ever to Amazon. David Cahan, the US CEO of shoe brand Birkenstock, told Recode, who's going to survive this? Well, you know, Amazon has money in the bank, right? Oh, my friend with a hammer, Thor, is in the house. Thank you, my friend. I need those hammers. Doink, doink, doink. And we know that Amazon is, you know, many workers in these warehouses are also affected by this. And they went on strike just a week, 10 days ago to push for better conditions. We support them. We stand with our Amazon warehouse brothers and sisters. We stand with the Amazon drivers. That is us, the rideshare world, the gig world, and the food delivery world. We stand side by side with our Amazon worker brothers, because just like we are just as we expect to be treated fairly and receive all the essentials, the masks, the gloves, the disinfectants, so should they. I mean, Jeff Bezos has all the money in the world. In fact, he's selling these exact items through his store. No excuses. Every single one of them should have access to all the soaps, all the sanitizers, all the gloves. Health before dollars. Again, let me remind you, health comes before dollars. We have Abstract Echo in the house. He says, hello all. We have Romeo Bukala in the house. I noticed Starbucks open only on drive-through. Yeah, I was deeply upset about that. Starbucks down the road, I went there, I got all thirsty. I said, I'm going to treat myself to a nice Americano. I was just visualizing it. I get there, it's shut, and it says, hey, only drive-throughs. Now, the closest drive-through would have been probably 8, 9, 10 miles away. I'm figuring, nah, that's not worth a coffee. I'll make the coffee at home. But they must be hurting, right? Starbucks must be hurting. Can you imagine all those Starbucks stores? My guess is, this is my guess, that these people do not want to face another pandemic in 5 or 10 years' time. So I guess that a lot of companies are going to be restructuring their shop windows, maybe adding drive-throughs. I mean, you know, my guess is that's where you'd want to spend some money, right? Who knows? Is the next pandemic 3 years away? Is it 5 years away? Is it 1 year away? Is it 10 years away? All we need to do, my friends, right now is learn, and learn from this pandemic. And we know where all the holes are. We need to learn how to plug them for, you know, our future generation, for our children, that they have to never, ever be subjected to what we are going through right now. These times are insane. I would have never in my wildest dreams have thought that I would be a voice on YouTube talking about this daily, right? Talking to companies or CEOs, pushing for change, interacting with drivers, gig workers, trying to find creative ways of getting through this, figuring out ways, how do we get our unemployment checks, figuring out ways how we get small business loans. I would have never, ever, ever have dreamt that this day would have come, right? 6 months' time, you would have told me this. I'll tell you, dude, are you drunk? Are you drugs? Are you high? Right? That'll never happen. You know, I would have bet if a guy told me, do you think this could be possible in 1 year? Let me play you a scenario. I would have bet any dollar amount and said, absolutely not, right? So fact is, it's here. Scott Tucker, Starbucks delivery. I haven't done that. Does that work, Starbucks delivery? Or do you mean ordering it through one of the food delivery services? I haven't done Starbucks delivery. Tris Moore says, Sylvia Brown predicted this pandemic and said there would be another one in 10 years' time. Ouch, 10 years' time? I hit 60. Oh, that's a good one. Abstract Echo says, I have a ninja coffee system so I can make any Starbucks coffee drink at home. Those things are good, my friend. You've just given me an idea. Thank you, Jimmy. I think I'm going to go on Amazon. I think I'm going to go on Amazon, listen to this, and order this ninja thing. I'm sure that ninja thing is on Amazon. Abstract Impression says, did you see they have come out with a new program so they can follow anyone you've come into contact with? If that's not scary, I don't know what is. Yes. And I know that they were implementing this new area. It was like with a barcode. You'd be tracked around. It was based on your data that was put on the phone, almost like a scanning code. That's pretty creepy. It's pretty creepy. I don't know if I'm going to participate in that one. I'm going to take some of my natural power to breathe menthol from Switzerland. Oh, best natural health thing ever. This is not something that capitalism drove. The novel coronavirus is not discriminating in who it infects, but local government's response has, out of necessity, discriminated against different retailers and their employees. In North America, the apparel, fashion, and beauty industry generates approximately $600 billion in annual revenue and employs more than 4 million people in the apparel, fashion, and beauty industry. Generates $600 billion and employs 4 million people, according to McKinsey. At Macy's, Gap, and JCPenney have furloughed over 300,000 workers, sending them home without pay, but keeping them on their health care plans. Executives at these companies say they don't know when their stores might reopen, and analysts believe it's possible some current locations never will. Who swoops in? The Amazon Eagle. Scott Tucker, my friend, how are you, buddy? Apple and Google tracking through Bluetooth. You bet they are. You bet they are. They had the rug pulled out from under them and are unfairly disadvantaged, while their competitors like Amazon, Walmart, and arguably Target are allowed to stay open and widen their lead. And I question why stores like Target and Walmart are kept open, Ralph's, etc. Obviously, they've got to keep the food chain going. Target, and I'd say, and Walmart alike, right? So they have a lot of produce. People got to go and get their food. That industry has to. You've got to keep the people fed. But Target essentially, has clothing, has kids stuff, furniture, all of auto stuff, sports stuff. So they must be smiling, right? Because a lot of these other stores have been shut down. So where do you go? I think like, well, I got to get a couple of things while I'm, shopping for food. So I guess Target must be printing money right now. Walmart must be printing money right now. And they don't even come close to Amazon. They don't even come remotely close. Love and light is in the house. Every time I hear those two words, love and light, I know you're in the house. Love those words, man. It's like when I did my studies in spiritual psychology, I did my master's in spiritual psychology. Those were two big words we focused on, love and light, right? Somebody passed away, we'd say, we wish your relative or we wish your family member love and light, right? It's just, they're so powerful and they're so descriptive. So lucky you are. Great name. Now, Amazon, Walmart, and arguably Target are allowed to stay open and widen their lead, said Sakarita Mulpura, a retail analyst at Forrester Research. Target announced that sales through much of March were up 20% over last year. This is incredibly unfair. This is not something that capitalism drove, and it not only hurts them in the near term, but it also has really long-term lasting repercussions that they have to climb out of and others don't. So, I mean, look at this, right? You can see these signs are taken down. This commercial building right here, right? It's a big piece of commercial industrial building. It'll soon have signs on, it'll have commercial signs on, CBR Ellis or whichever commercial company swoops in, and they get to represent that as a future building. Why? Because these guys had to close down. They were Amazon and Walmart, and them forced them to close down. For department stores like Sears and JCPenney that were already on the brink of closure, the coronavirus could be the final nail, the deadly blow, right? For others like Macy's and Kohl's, whose situations weren't previously great, but not quite as dire, extended closures could lead to a cash squeeze within 5 to 8 months and potential defaults on loans, according to analysts at Cohen Research. To get ahead of the situation, permanent store closures and layoffs are plausible. The federal government has boosted unemployment pay by $600 a week for 4 months, meaning many furloughed retail store employees will get their full pay during that time frame. But will their jobs still exist when the economy reopens? So let me back up here for a second, because this is something that disturbs me a little bit in these times. Do you guys notice something that I just said there? The federal government has boosted unemployment pay for these individuals, right, by $600 per week for 4 months. That is the exact same verbiage that is offered to independent contractors, right, to us. But we're just not seeing the money. We're not even able to fill out the correct forms, the correct paperwork, because they're not set up for us, right? So while these guys are, okay, they're losing their jobs at JCPenney's, at Sears, at Kohl's, layoffs at Macy's and that, boom, they're getting their $600 a week right away. They're unemployed right now. They're laid off. And that same money that should be coming your way, that should be ending up in your wallet, in your purse, we're not getting hold of that because these states are just not set up for gig workers and independent contractors. So this has to be a mammoth wake-up call, a mammoth learning curve, right? That people like these Amazon workers or drivers that are all independent contractors, they might have jobs right now. They might be very, very busy, but they're not accessing the same money as these people, right? The bottom line is that $600 per week for 4 months. Let's do the math. 600 times 4, that's 1 month. That's $2,400 times 4. That's $9,600 that all of these individuals leaving these stores like Sears and JCPenney pick up in the next few months. Us gig workers, us independent contractors, we were supposed to get that same promise. The question is, when will we collect on that? When will these states be ready for us, right? When does that money arrive in your account or in form of a check? Scott Tucker says, Nevada, you can for us starting tomorrow. So if you have good links that you can offer me tomorrow for Nevada, I want to make videos. I want to make videos if the state has made the change and you finally can fill out all the documentation because you are an independent contractor, which you couldn't do before. So all the victories, all the successes in each state, Scott says it'll happen tomorrow in Nevada. Please do share that update once you know it's worked for you and it's been updated, so I can immediately jump on that and make a video. I did one for Texas yesterday because they have everything in place. Love and Light says, EDD is a mess in California. We get to be the change. The EDD, I mean, I'm in California, 35 million people, and these guys just don't have their shit together, right? I mean, this is a massive unemployment bureau. They have the money, they have the resources, but then they're not even geared up yet weeks later. It's pathetic. It's a big scar on Gavin Newsom. You know, good for him for calling the stay-at-home order, being the first state out there to slow down the virus, but poor on him, bad on him for not getting his act together on the EDD. They should get the stuff done yesterday. Should have been ready weeks ago, right? Abstract Echo correctly says, I wouldn't be surprised, but the EDD is still using software from the 1980s. Hey, it's not Depeche Mode or Kim Wilde or Tears for Fears times anymore. This is Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott, The Weeknd. What other bands? It's a whole new generation. You update your freaking software, guys. Okay, so we all know they need to be right-sized at some point. KN of Birkenstock added about department stores like Macy's and Kohl's, and the virus might be the revolution to cause it. If it is, you have a lot of people out there that could become Amazon warehouse and Amazon delivery workers. It's like you are running out of points of distribution. How many places are a conduit to the end consumer? Amazon and Walmart are set to benefit from the pandemic in terms of both sales and expanding their labor force. And I'd like to add to it, and expanding the signups, the recruits of new customers. But both companies' labor practices have come under fire in the past, and the pressures of the pandemic are intensifying these debates, particularly for Amazon. Warehouse workers at both companies have said the employers have not been transparent enough about COVID-19 cases in their facilities and have been too slow to issue them protective gear. Look, this is absolute BS, my friends, right? That this company that is literally printing money right now, more deliveries than ever, cannot even have the protective gear ready for their workers. Go to the front lines, you know, like soldiers at a war. Go in there, fulfill those orders, drive those orders out, hire another 100,000 soldiers, send them to the front lines, and not supply them with the protective gear. It is disgusting, Jeff Bezos, that people have to plead and beg for this, begging for little simple items like this, and you're selling these by the millions through your website, begging for items like this, and you can't even spray down the conveyor belts, spray down their bathrooms, spray down their restrooms. They can't even spray down their steering wheels and the handles of their trucks. It's disgusting, Jeff Bezos. You know, and I don't care how much effing money you have, your morals are down the toilet drain the way you are treating workers. It is disgusting. Last week, workers at a Walmart e-commerce warehouse in Pennsylvania told a local news site that at least 9 of their colleagues had tested positive for COVID-19, but that the retailer was not taking the situation seriously enough. Seriously, Walmart? You're a multi-billion-dollar company with expert and advisors, and you're not taking the situation seriously enough, right? When 60 to 70% of their merchandise comes back from China, where the pandemic was created, where it came from, and you are not taking the situation seriously enough. WTF, what the FUCK is going on there? After the publication contacted Walmart with questions, the company temporarily closed down the facility. Good. Pull your finger out your ass and get to work, clean up, and offer decent working. It's unacceptable. These guys are printing, making 35% more money than they did the previous year, right? And they cannot even offer a safe work environment. Abstract Echo says that's a good idea. Love and Light says download the actual papers of the application of the EDD website and mail it certified, so it's documented, they signed it, or fax it. Yeah, that's what I've advised a lot of the people to do. I said go and do it registered post, right? No excuses. They can't say, oh, it fell through the cracks or went lost. IQ Boy is in the house. I welcome you, my friend. Wonder if these companies pay any taxes. You know what? Look, let's talk about taxes. All of these companies, all these big boys, Amazon, you know how much Amazon paid? Nothing on taxes. Should have paid billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars on taxes. Nothing, because they have all their patents. Everything is registered offshore. I do not understand Republicans and Democrats. I don't understand both. When they allow companies, right, big American firms, Google, Apple, Uber, Amazon, to all be registered offshore and not pay a cent of taxes. The same with the Chevrons, the big gasoline companies, all offshore accounts, right? All patents are owned overseas, and they are paying $0. You know who's paying into the system? Their workers, their employees, right? The taxes on employment. That's the only money that's flowing back into the system. But nothing on their earnings, nothing on their profits. All of that is hidden and stashed away in Ireland, in Guernsey, in Luxembourg. You want to hear something interesting about Luxembourg? My father's sister, her name's Marion, is married to a very, very big chip maker. He supplies Intel with all the chips. Filthy rich guy. They literally have like a castle in Luxembourg, right? There's 80,000 residents. There's over 500,000 registered companies, offshore companies, hiding their taxes in Luxembourg. It's such a wealthy, it's the smallest country in the world, Luxembourg, with over 500,000 registered companies hiding their money and only 80,000 residents. That's the same size of Santa Monica, California. That's 1/4 of the size of Long Beach, California, live in a country. And it has literally 5 times as many companies. And all of these companies are shelter companies for other companies abroad, overseas, hiding their money in Luxembourg. Blows my mind that countries, even countries like Germany, Japan, can't access that money. I mean, are these people literally, do they get carte blanche to steal the taxes that they owe and hide them elsewhere? I don't get it. For Amazon, the health crisis is for Amazon, the health crisis and the surge it created in online shopping have only exasperated the company's labor issues. Before Amazon, labor critics forced mainly on what some characterize as a brutal pace of work and the company's facilities. Now some workers across its network have argued the company isn't adequately protecting its warehouse and delivery workers who are risking their lives to keep its business running. Attendance at Amazon facilities has fallen as much as 30%, according to New York Times. Presumably a combination of employees who won't risk their health, smart, good for them, for a paycheck, as well as those who have been impacted by the virus. Sorry and sad for them. Workers in at least 3 Amazon facilities in the United States have staged walkouts, including Christian Smalls, an organizer at the company's Staten Island, New York facility. Amazon fired him the same day he led a walkout, saying he violated a 14-day quarantine that the company imposed after he had been in close contact with a colleague who tested positive for the coronavirus. Smalls believes he was fired in retaliation for his activism. Damn right he was fired because of his because he was fired in retaliation because of his activism. Damn right, because he held the mirror up to Amazon. He made a public statement in front of the media and said, this is unacceptable. And what did Amazon do? They fired him. Abstract Impressions, Karen says, I was able to create an account for unemployment yesterday, but couldn't file. I have to file on Tuesday or Thursday only. Interesting. And after notes leaked from an Amazon executive meeting showing the company's top lawyer, I think the guy's name was David Zawolski, I think that's his name, making derogatory remarks about Smalls and strategizing about targeting him in the media. It prompted tense debates among some Amazon corporate employees. If this is the situation now, at a time when Amazon is in the spotlight and its executives are calling their frontline workers heroes, what does that mean for a post-pandemic world where Amazon might have even more hiring power, with fewer jobs to go around and scores of retailers, workers looking for work? Amazon and Walmart are already the top 2 private sector employers in the United States, and Amazon boasts pay and benefits packages to its warehouses that are unmatched by most of its retail peers. For Amazon, any talk of labor also has to acknowledge the 200,000 plus robots already automating certain tasks in its facilities, and the possibility that the company might be inclined to invest even more into robotic labor because of the disruptions the crisis has caused among its human workforce. I tell you what, let's slow down there for a second, right? IQ boy, yeah, why do the corporations get bailed out by us again, by the hard workers, and we're still waiting for the money? A little bit of an unfair balance there, wouldn't you say, right? Now, step back for Jeff Bezos and his executives. They look at the pandemic and say, okay, you know, we had to hire a lot of people. We have a lot of new shoppers, but we really need to increase our robotic workforce, little robots, right? We need to manufacture more. We need to become less dependent on these warehouse workers because, you know, they are trouble to us. They strike, they walk out, and we control these little robots. So, you know, I will guarantee you that out of those 35% increase in sales, a lot of it will flow back into technology, and sadly, robots will be replacing Amazon warehouse workers more and more in the future. You know, I mean, God forbid another pandemic rolls around in 10 years' time. No more workers on the floor, all these little robots, right, just performing duties. I mean, they literally would have the monopoly and corner the market. I mean, they are literally bullying all the little guys. The only way you can survive as a little guy, as a mom and pop shop, is if you join a cooperative, right? A cooperative have cooperative buying powers, right? That's the only way these guys survive, is they join these different cooperatives. Kenneth says, as more sales move online, the human touch provided by in-store labor won't be as necessary. I agree. That's coming. AI, artificial intelligence, robots, going to replace all of those people. Amazon, to me, has always been a software company that sells things versus a retailer. That's great at data. That's great at data analytics, he said. Software companies are designed for greater efficiency as they grow. Retailers, not so much, right? So their algorithms, they know buying patterns. They know what's sold in pandemics. They know what's sold at Christmas time. They know how to buy. They know how to stock. They know how to build these robots. They know that they have the money for AI. So, I mean, they are truly, with that software advantage, programmers, an army of programmers. They have massive, massive advantages that retailers will never have. So Amazon's fresh moment, the crisis has further strengthened retail giants' current footholds while positioning them for new successes, and Amazon may have the most to gain, right? Exactly, Scott. Local driver co-op, Abstract Echo says, that's right. I love it. You guys are awesome. So we'll kick more butt on that front as the pandemic starts slowing down, right? It's just really, really hard to rock and roll with a company and build it while that sector has completely dried up. It's like you're not going out now and starting a brick and mortar clothing company right now, you know, unless you have a massive, massive online presence, right? All of these stuff are delivered through the mail right now, through FedEx, UPS, right? You hardly walk into a store anymore. You hardly walk into Ross. I mean, Ross and these stores are dead. You walk in, put your shirt on, or go to a Tommy Hilfiger store. It's done. They're all closed. All their doors are closed. They're now relying 100% on shipping orders out, right? Hammer time. I like it. Art Braza it is just for now. Everything that goes up must come down, vice versa. Correct. While Amazon has struggled to get ahead in the grocery business, Walmart is already the largest seller of groceries in the United States, with grocery sales that are 50% larger than top traditional grocer Kroger. 3 years ago, Amazon's grocery delivery services were still struggling enough that the company spent nearly $14 billion to acquire Whole Foods. Today, things are different. The company rolled its Amazon Fresh delivery service under its main Prime membership program in the fall, simultaneously eliminating the extra monthly fee and lowering the barrier to usage for consumers. In the weeks after those changes, Amazon grocery delivery sales basically doubled over the year. So that sector in the grocery side went double, right? Other sectors grew by 35%. So, parcels and deliveries up 35%, but grocery, the whole fresh, the Amazon Fresh movement doubled its numbers, according to estimates from the research firm Second Measure. Now, during the pandemic, online grocery sales are soaring as many people try to avoid stores. Perfectly understandable, right? IQ Boy says $14 for a tray of eggs. Love and light. Are you sniffly? Boil hot water, cover face and breathe. No, not sniffly. I just like this because it really oxygenates my brain. It really opens up your lungs, but I'm not sniffly at all. I just, this stuff is off the charts. Has a vent on the top and a vent on the bottom, and inside it's filled with menthol and eucalyptus. It's like heaven. So now during the pandemic, online grocery sales are soaring as many people try to avoid stores. This positions Amazon, which offers fresh grocery delivers from both Whole Food stores and Amazon Fresh warehouses, to become the go-to online grocer for Prime members, with competition from Instacart, Walmart, and smaller regional players for non-Prime members. One survey showed Walmart, which offers both curbside pickup and delivery, as the top choice for new online grocery shoppers in early March. Another survey from RBC Capital Markets found that Amazon was the most popular online grocery destination for new shoppers over the past month, with 60% of respondents saying it was their first choice. Of those who use Amazon for grocery shopping, 34% said they are placing an order at least once a week, compared to 21% in the 2018 survey. Amazon Fresh and Whole Foods delivery sales rose more than 400% year over year the week of March 16th, Second Measurement estimates. If you're Amazon right now, you couldn't have caught a better break. Grocery stores are also doing good, but the difference is when this is over, the grocery stores go back to just being grocery stores. But if you didn't have the Amazon app before, you do now, right? You know how many downloads the Amazon app has had? Tons. Good. How are you guys? So we have 12 likes. Anybody can squeeze out a like that hasn't liked, but I appreciate you. And guys, please, again, follow my shirt. Wash your hands, please, multiple times a day. When you go outside, please wear your mask. If you don't have a mask, get yourself a bandana, right? Go and look like a gangster, right? 6 months ago, you couldn't walk into a store like this. You couldn't, right? People would think you'd be a gangster, and people would be thinking, hey, this guy's going to come in and rob the store. Now, every person's walking around like this, right? This is like the new normal. This is the new norm. Garcia Bui Sells, how are you, my friend, in the house? Seriously, can you imagine walking around like this 6 months ago? People would have thought, man, that's a gangster. That's a total gangster. But now this is the new norm. Oh my God, the best food just arrived. Oh my God, what? Let me give them a shout out. What is it called?
Little Calf Creamery in Thousand Oaks.
Little, let me write this down. Oh my God. Little Calf Creamery. In what?
Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks, owned by friends of ours.
Yep. Supporting local business.
We're still supporting the local small businesses. This stuff, I don't know why they called it calf. I mean,
Because
why didn't they just call it Little Creamery? Why do they call it Little?
They have the best ice cream. Well,
They have the best ice cream,
comes
and their
from-
food is just off the charts. Their burgers, their sweet potatoes. Oh, what a treat. David Garcia says, I saw something very funny today. 4 gangsters in Van Nuys standing at a corner 6 feet away from each other. That's excellent. So there's 4 gangsters practicing social distance. Maybe I was one of them there. Did you see the video of me with the guys from the muffler exhaust store? I mean, we look like gangsters, man. People like driving by there. There's me with my mask. There's all these guys, and we sort of semi-practicing social, I mean, almost it's social media, social distancing, right? We're about 3 to 4 feet apart. Ruben, myself, and the 2 exhaust guys that were working on my international this weekend. Got to show you I mean, oh my God, it was hilarious. I mean, I would have never in my life would have dreamt such a thing was, got these guys here. Where is this? No, sorry, skip survey. There we are. There's my car on the. So we're practicing sort of semi-social distancing there, right? Residential house right next to a commercial building. But awesome guys. They do old classics. They specialize in free flow and boosters and mufflers for really old classic cars. So that's why I took my car there. Mark Roughton says, the girlfriend just made me broccoli cheese soup. Woo! You scored, my bro. Tell him when we roll into Vegas, it's going to be broccoli cheese time, Mr. Roughton. I love it. Love and Light says, Laura. She says, hi. Love and Light says, hi, Laura.
Hi.
Oh, yes, IQ Boy. We totally remember the challenge on stock. Who was the closest? Who would have guessed the stock went up? Actually, IQ Boy, we were all completely off target. That's the truth. Some people were saying 15. I said 1850 something. Everybody was between, but you know what? I should award the person who was close. It actually came in at about 27 that day. I mean, in my wildest dreams, anybody that would have taken me a bet and said, oh, it's going to go up to 27, and here I am saying it's going to be 18, I would have bet $200 on it, and I would have lost, right? IQ Boy, you said 15, I said 1850. I mean, wow. What lies are they putting out there in the media that they deserve $27? Here's what I say, IQ Boy. The moment they have the next quarterly, they have to announce the next quarterly numbers. Watch what happens then, right? Watch what happens then, right? Scott Tucker says, I'm there, boy. I'm there like a bear. When I hear Mark's just had broccoli cheese soup, oh, that's like my favorite. Broccoli cheese soup? Can I just show the people what my box looks like? I don't want to make people hungry. And look, in all fairness, people have really made me hungry in this live feed. But I got to, do I just get to show or can I start eating? No, I just get to show, right?
Well, it's up to you. Ask you.
Okay, let me do it this way. Lord have mercy. Unbelievable. It is from Little Calf Creamery in Thousand Oaks. Just off the charts, super, super, super good, healthy food. God, I'm being treated here like a king. Come say hi.
Hi.
Come over here.
Uh-oh.
Did you just bring me this awesome meal?
I did.
Thank you. Mwah. How cool. What a sweetheart. She just brought me a massive treat. Okay, guys, sorry. This is actually very rude what I'm doing, but I have not eaten. I've literally not had breakfast and lunch today. I've just been running. So excuse me while I fit in it 1 or 2 pieces. But back to Amazon. Amazon doesn't deliver this, by the way. This is still mom and pop little local stores. It is this crazy, 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 crazy good, healthy burger, right? The meat, everything. I mean, it's better than In-N-Out. It really is. Avocado loaded. Insane. I'm sorry, guys. This is horrible what I'm doing here. Thank you, says Indulge. I truly haven't eaten, so you guys giving me permission to eat here is just off the charts. I love you for that. And for the people that have brought the food. So, my wife, Bo. Oh, your wife's Bo's name is Laura as well? Awesome. Good. We're well taken care of by our Lauras, aren't we? Cool. Now, I can think again. Thank you. I'm actually functioning again. Holy mackerel, this is good. So, in late March, though, as coronavirus cases in the United States were growing rapidly and store closures followed, Cahan reconsidered his options. Birkenstock still relies significantly on wholesale orders from brick and mortar chains like Journeys to reach certain sections of its customer base. But those retail chains are now closed. So Cahan did something that would have been completely off the table just 30 days earlier. He gave Zappos, the Amazon subsidiary with which Birkenstock has maintained a relationship, permission to start pushing some Birkenstock goods onto Amazon. Zappos is a longtime partner of Birkenstock, and I have extensive relations with their organization, and we share mutual respect, Cahan wrote to Recode in a follow-up email. In times like this, smart people have to get creative with new approaches to the business. Something that people like Dara Kay and that are just not able to do, get smart, get creative, right? They really, really box themselves in here. And the Uber hub idea, I mean, it's not doing well. Oh, dropped something. Cahan may be oversimplifying, but his point is clear. The pandemic has accelerated the shift to online shopping, and Amazon, which controlled nearly 40% of the online retail market in the United States, already stands to gain the most. For decades, Walmart was viewed as the big bad bully of retail, known for cutthroat negotiations with brands, resulting in bargain basement prices that were great for consumers but terrible for Main Street shops unable to match them. In many ways, Amazon now carries the Walmart's mantle. It too has been known to try to squeeze wholesale brands to their breaking point to provide customers low prices, while also being blamed for forcing mom and pop shops out of business. While Amazon provides a destination of hundreds of thousands of small and mid-sized sellers to make a living, it also competes intensely against those same merchants who supply vast amounts of merchandise for its virtual shelves. Dara's not human, no. He definitely ain't human. I think he's a robot. Honestly think that Dara is a robot controlled by SoftBank. I think he's a we think he's a human, but he's not. I think he's just AI. Dara Robot Khosrowshahi. His real name is DRK, and he's controlled by SoftBank. They have like a radio control. This is ridiculous. Exactly. IQ Boy shop, mom and pop shops. That's exactly what we did. We didn't go and get food from some fancy big store. No, we went shopping at a local little store. Yes, the company has struggled with delivery delays for general merchandise, price gouging. The company has indeed done good during the crisis, in part simply by doing what it always does, making merchandise from the largest product catalog in the United States available for online purchases and having it land at a customer's door in a matter of days. It also recently limited the sale of N95 masks and other medical equipment exclusively to hospitals and government entities, eliminating the commission it would normally take from those sales to try to encourage more merchants to source those goods to sell on Amazon. Yes, the company has struggled with delivery delays for general merchandise, price gouging on the most in-demand products, and an overwhelmed grocery delivery business that has some customers searching for delivery slot dozens of times a day. But it's hard to imagine Amazon's tens of millions of US customers being in a better spot during the pandemic if Amazon weren't around. Might the good Amazon is doing lead lawmakers and regulators to give the company a pass? They ask. So far, the top lawmakers leading the House antitrust investigation into Amazon and the other big four tech giants said his probe will continue, though the release of a report due by the end of March is delayed. The FTC has also informally been probing Amazon, and there is no evidence that it has stopped. Stacy Mitchell believes that's the right decision. She's the co-director of the Institute for Local Self-Reliance, a nonprofit that advocates for an economy built on strong independent businesses. She is also a long-time critic of both Walmart and Amazon. In a 2016 report about Amazon's growing power, Mitchell wrote, Amazon presents a vastly more dangerous threat to competition than Walmart because its ambition is not only to be the biggest player in the market, its intention is to own the market itself by providing the underlying infrastructure, the online shopping platform, the shipping system, the cloud computing backbone that competing firms depend on to transact business. In effect, Amazon is turning an open public marketplace into a privately controlled one. Very powerful. Very powerful. It's Moose is in the house. Don Whitmer's in the house. Sorry, buddy. I have not had, Don says you're making me hungry. I have not had breakfast. I have not had lunch. If I don't eat now, I'm going to literally boink, fall off this chair. So this is giving me a lifeline. It's Moose says, wish I could have joined at the beginning. I was out in the thick of things getting groceries. Good for you, dude. You're out there working, we're chatting, we're yapping. So you were one up on us, my friend. Had to wait in line at Winco as they let a few people in at a time, which I think is a good thing. Just letting trickle into these department stores, not hundreds of people fighting with each other like they did a few weeks ago. I think it's the way to go. You know, let 4, 5, 6 people in, 4, 5, 6 people out. I don't mind the wait as long as you all sort of distance 10 feet from another and everybody is playing ball. You know, they have their masks on, they're not coughing. Mark Rowden says Amazon wants to be the only player. They sure act that way. Don Whitmer, thank you, my friend. I'm not going to get all the food out because you guys would go nuts. It's ridiculous. I don't want to make you too hungry. So I'm trying to sort of hide the food on the side here. Very unfair. That infrastructure, specifically the shopping platform and the shipping system, has been strained during the crisis amid shopping surges and accompanying staffing issues, but it is still intact. And the company is making big decisions with far-reaching implications to keep it that way. One of the biggest was Amazon's announcement in mid-March that it would stop accepting non-essential goods into its warehouses from vendors and Amazon sellers so it could prioritize items from 6 product categories it deemed essential. That decision may have been the right one, Mitchell said, but she argues that the fact that Amazon can even make a decision that big for society during a pandemic is a problem. That's why I think we need to have robust public oversight over the decisions Amazon makes. She said it can pick winners and losers, and now that has been vastly expanded because of the offline market is essentially gone, and so Amazon domain is even more vast than it was before. Can you just remotely think for 1 second how many people have actually joined Amazon, downloaded the app, that have never used it before? That many people would have said, nah, I'm not going to shop on Amazon, I'm not going to support them. And now they find themselves supporting them because they have to support them. Otherwise, the goods are not going to end up on their doorstep. Don Wilmer, when's the Vegas party? Long Beach was so much fun. We got to do it. Got to do it, Laura. They want a party in Vegas. Sounds good. As long as I can bring Laura along. Let's do it. Let's do it, Vegas. The Cosmopolitan. We've got some good contacts in Vegas as far as prices go. IQ Boy, I was in Japan town a couple of hours ago. The line outside of supermarket was a block long, and everyone was not 6 feet from one another. That's sad, man. Everybody should be practicing this. IQ Boy says, I've never used Amazon. If you can avoid it, or you don't want to support them, I completely respect your decisions and thoughts there, IQ Boy. Some people are very, very, very anti-Amazon, right? Scott Tucker, I'm there. Yeah, Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. You remember those guys, ZZ Top, with those big beards? I actually played pool against the guy at a Houston party many, many years ago. Against one of the ZZ Top guys. We're playing pool doubles at a party. Guy with a massive beard still had this massive beard. This was in Houston, very close to the Galleria. IQ Boy says, I'm old-fashioned. I want to touch things that I buy. Cool. So you got to feel it, see it, touch it. I like this. I like the price. I'm going to buy it. I get it. You know, you can't do that. Like with a lot of things, especially clothing, it's a little bit of a hit and miss. Looks fabulous. Design looks cool. Arrives, maybe the jacket is too tight or whatever. Clothing can really, really, really be a hit and miss on Amazon. Right, Laura? Sometimes you have to send stuff back, right?
Yep.
Yeah, ZZ Top, they live in Houston. Exactly. Absolutely. When you have the party in Vegas, I'll join and shake your hand. With the pandemic still going on, we're going to have to do an elbow bump, but we'll do it post-pandemic when this is all settled down, dust is down, no more infections. And man, can you imagine that party after the pandemic party? I'm not calling it the pandemic party, but the after party after the pandemic. Margaritas, Long Island, cocktails, Bloody Marys, gin and tonics. What's another one I really like? Dirty martinis. Oh, huge. Leg shake. Yeah, we can do the leg shake. We can do the foot leg shake. All right. I wanted to get through this. I'm very, very happy. We're at the 1 hour 15 mark. I know that I'm racking up a lot of hours here towards my 4,000 hours, and I'm super, super grateful that you guys are hanging in here with me and we're having fun. We're chatting and we're bouncing ideas back and forth. IQ Boy says, damn, I don't drink alcohol. That's okay. I don't drink alcohol either. I mean, I don't like, I'll have it on an occasion, on a party occasion, or a glass of wine here and there, but I'm not a drinker at all. Abstract Impression says this society is just too lazy. That's why companies like Amazon do so well. Good point. I mean, the laziness factor, the convenient factor, right, definitely plays into it. You know, back in the day, in the early internet days, as you were releasing information, you did a lot of reading on these blogs, and shopping carts would have big descriptions of the products. Today, it's like everything is YouTube, visual sale. Like, we've really been dumbed down and spoiled, right? We don't read anymore. We expect instant gratification. We expect everything to be laid out. Oh, we're looking at a product. Oh, that product better have a product video. Otherwise, I'm not going to buy it. So click on the product video. Let's check this out, right? Just lazy, kicking back. It's just made too easy, right? You're a fish? What do you mean you're a fish? Oh, you're a fish. I'm a fish. Okay, cool. I'm a fish. I'm a lion. Hi, fish. Hi, fish. I'm a lion. Nice to meet you, fish. Cool. Somebody just said he's a fish. I'm only having fun, Scott. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. We're having fun. You're a fish. I'm a lion. In water, you definitely beat me. On land, I don't think you do that well. So let me see if I can get one of my brosefs online here. My young brosef, just want to just thought of him. Wonder what they're doing, trying to find out. Not answering, means he's busy gaming. Oh, drinking. I'm a dish. I'm drinking, I'm a fish. Meant to say fish, right? Let's try the older one, the 16-year-old one. Both must be busy watching movies or doing something. Both are not answering. My kids are not answering their FaceTime. What's going on? Nada. All right. Okay, they want to talk to me. That's cool. Petri dish. Do you think Amazon will start using more drone delivery? Well, look, if they clear that, the little businesses are done. I think it's dangerous to really promote this drone delivery, because at that point, the big boys will just be flying products all over the show, and the little guy is done. I mean, a little guy can't afford to go and buy themselves invest into a drone, yet, invest into delivering by drones. I just think that they would be doomed. So I sort of pray that the drone business doesn't take off. The only time I like drones, and I have a beautiful drone, is when you do commercial filming. You can film real estate, you can film the ocean, beautiful nature, scenery. That's the only thing that drones should be used. I'm old school there, I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of drone delivery. It sort of scares me in a way, and I just think it would be such a unfair disadvantage if the federal the FAA allowed Amazon to roll out and give them licenses for drone deliveries. At that point, the little guy can pack up. They're done. But it's Moose says it correctly. FAA issues to deal with. So they're not ready for that yet, right? You still have smaller aircraft, helicopters, you have planes out there. They are definitely not ready yet for fully ramped up drone deliveries, right? Commercial drones flying in between these other aircraft. The industry is not there yet. I think it'll take a long time, but very, very valid point. And if and when it comes, it's the death blow for these little guys. Yeah, Don, I'm for the little guy. Don Whitmer. I think we're all here supporting the little guy, right? I mean, let's not lie. Let's be honest. I mean, we've all done. I'm guilty. I've done my Amazon purchases. I do see them as an easy way to do shopping sometimes, right? I'll buy music or whatever it is through Amazon Music, but wherever I can, when it comes to buying auto parts, I still want to walk in and greet the person and walk out with my auto parts, whether it's AutoZone, Pet Boys, or products that supply parts for classic vehicles. I don't want to get that on Amazon. I still want to go in and support the little guy. I often drive all the way down to Orange in Orange County to support a company and walk out with the actual product, right? Sometimes I'll pay the guys like $5 or $10 and they'll load up my Escalade with those car parts I need for that old classic. I mean, I could order that same stuff online and have it shipped in boxes and boxes and boxes, but I'd rather there support the little guys. So only when it's a matter of convenience, last minute Christmas shopping, I find them to be very convenient. Do you guys have ice cream? Any chance ice cream? No. Do they make ice cream during these times?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I wish I would have sponsored the ice cream.
It's homemade, but
Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Next time we get ice cream. Love and Light, I'm in a small business going into Umbrella LLC. Are you joining an Umbrella LLC? Or are you going to form yourself as an LLC? Stuff's crazy good.
More.
What's more?
More. Mine.
That I can only eat later.
Okay.
But I'm still working on my food here.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's filling. It's very filling.
Oh, so good.
Are you creating your own LLC? Good. If you ever need help, anything about an LLC or want to get the best rates or just ask them to give you the best rates, businessrocket.com, and you speak to Alex Janowski, their CEO, good friend of mine. Give you the best. You just tell him what somebody's going to charge you to set up an LLC and that, and tell him he needs to give you a way, way, way better price. So Amazon has argued that it competes against both online and brick and mortar retailers and accounts for less than 4% of overall retail sales in the United States, as well as less than 4% of the overall grocery market in the country. The company also maintains that its sellers are crucial partners since they account for nearly 60% of sales on Amazon shopping sites. That's Amazon's side. That's Amazon's story, right? Hey, somebody wants me to do the lion impression. Should I do the lion impression? Yeah. Okay, I'll do the African lion impression for you guys. Ready? I don't want to scare the people out of the room, though.
Do it.
I don't want to scare the people out of the room.
Be warned.
Be warned. Because they're prowling around Africa. Big male old lion. As he sneaks up onto the subscribers. I got it. I did it, Jimmy. I did it. Guys, I can do a wicked horse if you want to. I can do a wicked horse, but I need some water. Can you give me some water there, Danny? I'll do a horse for you. Sounds like a frog. Guy says sound like a frog. Okay, I got to do it. I'll do a better line for you. That did sound a little bit like a frog. That's not a frog. And where did we go horse riding the one time? Where was that?
Yosemite.
So we're up in Yosemite, and Laura has this bright idea. She says, hey, let's go all ride horses, and we're going to ride out into the countryside. It's like a 2 or 3 hour horse ride, and they get 20 or 30 horses. They saddle everyone up, and they go out. And they have this arena there where they're teaching the people how to do the basic movements, how to hold the lines and how to guide the horse and what to do, how to stop the horse. Just a quick 101 on horse riding. And I'm right at the back there, and I do my horse sound. And as I do my horse sound, I kid you not, all these frickin' horses, remember?
Oh my God.
The horses went crazy.
Oh, they all started reacting.
They reacted to me. They was going, I can't do it now.
You don't know what you said to them in horse language. Maybe you said, hey.
I was swearing at them in horse language, and I got really pissed
Hey,
off.
ladies.
Hey, ladies, there's a stallion over here. It's Moose says I sound like a predator, and somebody else says I sound like a frog. I give up. Okay, I was trying to be a horse and a lion, and now I've been turned into a predator and a frog. I missed it.
You don't have your own voice back.
I don't. It's gone. It's my coronavirus pandemic voice. It's gone.
Saturday night. Sorry.
Said, is this alcohol? Is this champagne?
Saturday night.
Oh wow, I'm getting champagne. Bubblies. I like to celebrating. Okay, guys,
Saturday.
bring the bottle so I can toast it to my wonderful friends.
Oh, the bottle. Yes.
Firstly, you and I can toast. Yeah, here's a toast to the weekend. Boom. And then I want to toast all you wonderful people. I want to toast all these amazing people in my channel. And this is to you, to us, to get together through these difficult times. I salute you all for being strong. I salute you all for being there for your families. I salute you all for being creative in these times, creating plan B, plan C, plan D. And I toast to you, my friends. Ooh la la. Don't forget to tune in to Saturday Night Live tonight. Lots of good coronavirus jokes. Absolutely. I mean, every night, right? The funny thing is that a lot of these comedians now have to broadcast from home. Jimmy Kimmel, Trevor Noah, Seth Meyers, John Oliver. They're all broadcasting from their houses. Pretty cool. Sherelle's in the house. Sherelle, we salute you. Don Whitmer, it's party time, Vegas time. Chin chin, salut, nastrovia in Russian. Bon appetit, French. Prost, Kameraden, Deutschland. I can sing you guys a great German drinking song if you want to. Do you guys want to hear it? I need five thumbs up for that, and I'll sing you a good German song that they sing that they sing at the Oktoberfest. 9/9. Danny, can you give me more? Oh, five thumbs up.
Hello. You guys should really check out the video that we made together.
We did. We made a TikTok video together, right?
Yes.
On this channel. So if you guys can watch that. She really explained it's on this channel. Just go a few videos back, right, Danu?
Yes.
And she spent 17 minutes educating me on TikTok. I'm like, wow, I had no idea. The top person on TikTok, her name is Charlie, right?
Mhm.
She has 3 billion views. 3 billion views, right? How many subscribers?
She has 42
42 million?
Yeah, 42 million.
That is insane. That is
Yes.
absolutely insane. So yeah, I learned a lot about TikTok from her. I even went ahead and I downloaded my TikTok. Apparently there it says I have 6 new TikToks, whatever that means. I load it, I open it. Oh, and there's another person drinking. Looks like everybody's drinking.
But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared. It may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared. It may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens.
So that's what I wasn't expecting that, but I just opened it up and it may not get bigger. We'll see what happens, right?
Yeah.
So interesting, but that's your generation. I mean, you won't see many of these old fogies on TikTok, right?
Well, there's some.
Some?
But
You reckon I should join TikTok? I should TikTok a little bit?
well, there's people that give like advice on
I can
TikTok.
really dance. Ask her. Am I a good dancer?
Yes, you're an amazing dancer.
Okay, Danu, tell the friends in the house. We did it. There was a big school dance, right?
So, yeah.
And tell a story.
So there's a
Come in
father-daughter
here.
dance.
Say it again.
There's a father-daughter dance, and we had a competition. So it was like father and daughter competition. So we did it together, competing against a whole bunch of fathers and daughters.
Of the school.
And yes, of the school. And so we won.
Numero?
We won, but Thurston let another guy win with him.
Yeah, we won. They nominated us. They gave us the first prize, but I felt like the other guy was just as cool as we were, and we said, hey, why don't we just share the victory together, right?
Yes.
So we shared it with another father and his daughter.
Yes.
But I mean, we busted some really crazy moves on the dance floor.
Yes, we
What was
did.
like one of your favorite moves that we did? Like the rock. Remember, I taught you how to rock and roll.
Yes, I went between his leg, like I
I
went
threw
down.
it up in the air. You know, like
Yeah.
in rock and roll, you
He-
throw the person up
and
in the
then
air,
he-
comes down through the legs, and then whoom, threw her back up
Yes,
because she's
back
so
up.
light. She's like a feather,
Yes,
right?
And that was the finale.
And then
of
that
our
was the
dance.
finale, right? I think that's the move that won us. And then we did a
Yes.
couple of like twisty, like
Yeah,
tornado twirls,
like we wouldn't stop.
twirls,
like
and we did like
twirls
we
and
busted
stuff.
all these different moves, right? And then
Yes.
the people, then they went to the crowd, and then they would judge the winner by the
Claps.
claps and
And
how
all
loud
my
the people were.
friends were like stomping their feet and stuff.
It was really fun.
Yes.
It was super, super fun. Well, hey, cheers to you. Where's your glass of champagne? Careful there. Don't pull my
Got it.
cord out.
Got it.
Okay, you got to step over that though, right? Or go
Yes.
underneath, whichever way. All right, that was Danu.
Hello. Bye bye.
She said hello and bye-bye. She loves being on live chats, as you can see. She's very bubbly, like the champagne, and she likes to talk like a mother.
Like her mother. Those is worse.
Abstract Echo says, when I dance, it looks like a full body dry heave set to music. Yeah, we had fun, man. We busted it on the dance floor. I said, let's go all in here, man. Let's do this, and we did. So let's get back to beautiful and evil Amazon. Finish that article. So wrap it up. We're already on 90 minutes. You guys are awesome. So if Amazon's power is growing, where do traditional retailers go from here? Valid question, right? So if Amazon's power is growing, where do traditional retailers go from here? You are a retail owner right now. You're in the middle of the pandemic. You had to shut everything down. You had to let all your employees going. You have a meeting, a virtual meeting with the directors. And the question that comes up is the CEO of that retail company says, so if Amazon's power is growing, where do we go from here, folks? And they have to come up with a plan. That's a mammoth task to take on Amazon. IQ boy. Trish says, hey, now, not all. Let's not be, let's keep it fair, right, Trish? Exactly. Keep it balanced, fair and balanced. Anyway, so it's common knowledge in the retail industry that the US has more stores than it needs. So in some cases, the crisis will only accelerate closures that would have happened anyway. For those who would have survived, the new CARES Stimulus Act does provide tax refunds to some retailers that have remodeled stores over the past 2 years. The Fed is working to give mid-size and big companies access to more credit. Small businesses also have paths to get some financial help through the act, though the main lending program has been beset by early issues. As of now, there is no massive federal bailout coming to big or small retail in the way there is for big airline. And that could be a big problem. Speaking on CNBC recently, the president of the National Retailers Federation said retailers shouldn't have to be worse off at the end of this than they were when they went into it. He was alluding to all the brick and mortar retailers that have been forced to shut down. On the other hand, there will be at least one big retailer that should exit the pandemic much better off, Amazon. So that's cool. There's a long article. The headline of that, we know these, right? These parcels, they always arrive. And the headline was, Amazon was already powerful. The coronavirus pandemic cleared the way to dominance. Why? Because 250,000 US stores closed. Walmart moves in, Amazon moves in, Target moves in, and they are just feeding in a feeding frenzy right now. Mark Roughton, hammer, Amazon, the bad, Amazon, bad, Jeff. We're not drinking to Jeff. We're drinking to the moms and pops of the world. May your businesses survive. May you get through this. May we support you in whichever way. And hopefully you come out the other side of the pandemic. Tris Moore says, wasn't offended, but I appreciate you guys being nice and cordial to one another. I know that he did not mean any harm when he said that. We like bantering back and forth, right? Modern day monopoly. All right, my friends, you guys rock. I appreciate you. Anybody that hasn't smashed the like button yet, please do it. And that would be great. I do officially want to start the weekend. Do come and share. Look, Gwen wants to share something with you. As long as I get that. What did you make, Gwen?
These are edible cookie dough cake pops.
Edible? Are they for all my subscribers? Can I hand them out?
Yeah, for your subscribers.
Okay, this one is...
they're still drying a little bit.
They're still drying. This one's for IQ Boy. This one's for Mark. This one's for Tris. This one's for Love and Light. This one's for Jimmy Abstract Echo. This one's for Sherelle. This one's for Abstract Impressions and all the other 19. Do we have 9? We have 19 people in the house. Do we have enough? This would be crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
There's
We're
18.
3 short.
There's 18.
There's 18? There's 18 here?
I'm one of them on the chat, though.
Oh, you one of them in this. So you...
Yeah, because it's playing upstairs.
Oh, so you want one of these, obviously. Do I get one of these right now, or do I have to be patient and wait till
patient?
Easter.
Easter.
I gotta wait till Easter, guys. Okay, please take it away before I eat them all. IQ Boy, I'm not a subscriber. Okay, then you don't get one. No, you are. You gotta subscribe, bro.
Come on, it's a better view.
Yeah, need my subscribers. We don't have to, but I appreciate having you here. Looks delicious. Delicioso. My amigos, my friends, my vrienden, meine Freunde. David versus Goliath time. We're going to chip away at Goliath's infrastructure. Go out there, wash your hands, be safe, wear your masks if you go outside, wear your bandanas, eat healthy food, take good supplements, do whatever it takes, my friends. I appreciate you all. And we will meet here again tomorrow. Right, you guys have been absolutely amazing. I appreciate you helping me clock up the hours. And if anyone came in late, if you don't mind later, even if you don't watch it, just play it. So I can rack up some hours. If you really, really want to be helpful to me, just hit the playlist in my YouTube channel. Put the volume down so you don't have to hear me yapping and yapping for 3 hours. But just put the phone aside and play my playlist. That'll really, really help me up the hours so we can accelerate towards 4. Because when I hit 4,000 hours, big things are going to happen, right? We're going to roll out a lot of topics, a lot of giveaways, and a lot of interesting guests on the show. I'm going to be bringing a lot of interesting guests on the show. Many of my clients as well. I've already told them what my intentions are with this new channel. You know, this is going to be a very open channel to many topics. On the other side, on Rideshare Professor, I've really boxed myself into the gig world. I can't bring on people like the Foo Fighters and that. I want to bring them on a channel that's very more like Universal, where there's all different folks, different strokes, right? But I do have several commitments. People have said absolutely they would do feeds with me. So Mark Roughton, Echo and I will have viewed 1,000 hours. Mark Roughton's a legend. He's great, 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 great supporter. Abstract Echo, same thing. Same person. Does it count the hours if you watch the videos again? No, if you go to the playlist, it doesn't count it again. It starts fresh, new hours. But if you just hit the playlist, put the phone aside, and let it run. As long as you have an unlimited plan, you know, unlimited gigabyte, obviously you don't want to pay for bandwidth. I'm not here to chew up your bandwidth if you're paying for bandwidth. But if you're at a computer and you have home Wi-Fi, just put the volume button down, let the computer run, let the playlist, you'll help me tremendously. Right? I really, really want to march towards, and there's a lot of stuff, especially in the field of marketing, online marketing, marketing for different types of companies, how to use specific software out there, how to build out your own site, how to, you know, all of these things we're going to learn in this new channel, right? Do you want to do drop ship? Do you want to formulate products? Do you want to work at trade shows? Do you want to host your own trade shows, right? All of these things we can still talk about. Okay, my friends, thumbs up. Thank you to you all. I will see you soon again, and hopefully we shed some light on the mammoth on Amazon. And feel free, if you're coming into this video at a later stage, feel free to comment, leave your comments. Comments from Amazon shoppers, comments from the public are welcome. Anyone and everyone is welcome. Sherelle, thank you. Don, thank you. Love and Light, thank you. Tris, thank you. Scott, thank you. Abstract, thank you. Mark Roughton, thank you. Samapur just walked in. Any news about the SBA? No news yet. Only thing I know about the SBA is that the application was easy, but no news whatsoever. I definitely was one of the first to fill that out. So if I see $10,000 in my account, it worked. If not, maybe somebody else gets it. Good for them. Payman Ali, thank you, brother. Can't wait to get to Vegas and invite you guys out and we go out and party together. Really, Vegas is calling. Cheers, Payman. Have a good Saturday night and Sunday. Much love to your family. And I appreciate you. I really do. And thank you again for being such a warrior and driving all the way out to LA to attend our party. That means the world. We keep it fresh. We keep it real. And I will be seeing you soon. Thank you, guys. Keep safe. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.